It's over. The losing streak in 2025 for the Houston Texans has ended. I'm Jason Bristol here in the KHOU 11 newsroom as we are getting ready to talk Texans with all of you. As always, thanks for joining us. Texans win 26-0 is the final over a very bad Tennessee Titans squad. Houston, of course, improves to 1-3 and now 1-1 in the division. Meanwhile, Titans 0-4, 0-2 away. Houston also 1-1 at home. We are, as always, taking your one word to describe what you saw today on KHOU 11, the broadcast with Beth Mowens and Ross Tucker. I have the whiteboard here, so let us know your one word. As we await the post-game news conferences from Demeco Ryans and Stroud following this 26-0 win, let's go through some of the stats here. Texans defense doing what the Texans defense does. Cam Ward, number 1 overall pick from Brazoria County, 10 of 26 for 108 yards. He was sacked twice, passer rating of 35.4. C.J. Stroud, 22 of 28, 233 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. He was sacked twice. Woody Marks, 17 carries. Nick Chubb had 13. Woody Marks, 17 carries, 69 yards, just over 4 yards a carry. Longest run was 18 yards. Had a touchdown run of, I believe, of 12. And then Nick Chubb was 13 for 47. Nico Collins targeted 6 times, 4 catches, 79 yards. Woody Marks was the second leading receiver. And I think, aside from our one word, I think this game signifies this team needs to use Woody Marks more. I think many of us felt that during the first 3 games that Woody Marks was the best running back on this team and needed to be used more. So Woody Marks has 97 yards from scrimmage, rushing and receiving, as well as rushing touchdown and a receiving touchdown. Our first word from Ann, who's right over here, by the way. She says strong. Aside from this word, do you guys out there feel that this is what's going to spark this Texans team, specifically the offense? Is this going to be the springboard, or were the Texans simply benefiting from the play of one of the worst teams in the NFL? Right now, I still believe the latter, given when you look at this game, the first 3 quarters, the Texans had 6 points. Once again, we are waiting for C.J. Stroud and Demeco Ryans, not necessarily in that order, from the podium at NRG and their post-game news conferences. Some more stats here. Danielle Hunter had both of the Texans' sacks. Let's get into the team stats here. Texans won the time of possession by almost 20 minutes, 17 minutes. So, of course, you're going to win a football game. Penalties. Titans came in as one of the most, if not the most penalized team in the NFL. They only had 4. Texans, 6 for 50. Total yards, 353 yards for the Texans. Red zone, 2 of 2. Yards per pass, 7.5. Yards per rush, 3.7. Is Nick Caley now off the hook? Is this Texans offense now off the hook? Do you feel better about this team moving forward? Let us know. Justin, thanks for checking in again. CJ still doesn't look comfortable behind this line. I'm with you on that. Good word, Justin. Good word. Unconvinced. Good word. Man, that was a good word. I'm with you. When you look at this team through the first 3 quarters of this game, it was the same old, wasn't it? It was the same old, same old. And of course, during the week, Nick Caley telling us on Thursday at the podium, let me pull up the exact quote. I want to make sure I have it exactly. The focus is on playing cleaner football, being more consistent, and if we can do that, I'm confident you'll see results. I really am. I think he also mentioned how he believes in the process Before I write this down, I want to make sure that that's actually a word. Pretty sure it is. You'd think at this point in my life, yes, it is. Of course it is. CJ constantly getting pressured. Yeah, how about the one with Simmons going right up the middle? I can't remember a time where I've seen somebody just go right past the center and blow up a play within milliseconds. It's been a while since I've seen that. Bad week for our friend here who says LSU, Southern, and Saints lost. Yeah, that's not a great football weekend. That is not a great football weekend. Some more stats here. Tennessee turned the ball over once, the INT. Give Cam Ward credit, though. I mean, playing with that team, guy doesn't get rattled. Same demeanor all the time. I think he's going to be okay. I think he's going to be okay. He's a grinder. Never gets too high or too low. Pollard led Tennessee with 64 yards rushing. Once again, we're waiting for Demeco Ryans and CJ Stroud to appear at the podium at NRG Stadium following this 26-0 win over Houston. Did I say over Houston? The old Houston Oilers over Tennessee. I was looking at Houston stats here. That's why. Passing first downs for the Texans, 9. Rushing first downs for the Texans, 10. Balance. Play callers like balance. My guess is Demeco Ryans will say, every win in the NFL is hard-earned and tough, and we finally got ahead of the chains and moved the football, and we were able to finish. This is what finishing looks like. I think those are some of the things that Demeco Ryans will likely say when he approaches the podium after the Texans' 26-0 win over Tennessee. Justin says plays can't even unfold if you're constantly getting pressured. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. But this may be the remedy. A team like Tennessee. This may be the team that gets it going. I still have my doubts, big doubts. But I'm sure the Texans believe that this will be part of the process as they move forward and getting these results. Of course, reality may be coming back next Sunday in Baltimore. Here's Demeco Ryans now at the podium. Let's listen in.
All the tough questions go to these guys. No, man, we're thankful to God for this opportunity. Thankful for just being able to weather through the storm and get a win. Any win in this league is a big win. So really proud of our guys and the way they showed up and prepared throughout the week. Kind of felt it throughout the week. The preparation was right. The attention to detail was right. And the guys showed up and played well today. All three phases we played complimentary football. Huge credit to the defense today. I mean, having a shutout, it's hard to do, extremely hard to do in this league. So I'm very happy for those guys and the way they played and to get a shutout, which doesn't happen much and hasn't happened much here. Very proud of those guys for the effort that they showed today. Offensively, did a really nice job. I think, when you see Woody, young player, rookie, steps in, and he ran the ball really well for us, caught it well, made plays, productive, got in the end zone a couple times. So really proud of the way that he played as well. So just overall, collectively, it's a really great job, coaches, players.
Demeco, you already alluded to the shutout, but this is the first shutout of the Texans since 2010. So the fact that you're getting off a losing skid too, and then post a shutout on top of that, that's got to, overall from a team perspective, got to be feeling pretty good for the guys right now.
Yeah, feeling outstanding for the guys. Again, we work hard as a team, right, to be on the details, be where we're supposed to be, and for a defense to go out and play just a clean game. All right, and that's not always pretty. You're going to have issues here or there, but for the most part, it's a very clean game. Daniil had an outstanding game, pressured the quarterback, got 2 sacks. Stingley comes back. He was battling all week just to be able to be out there, and he toughed through it. He was able to be out there and not just be there, but be productive, and was able to intercept the football for us to change the game. So really proud of all of them.
How much did, from your perspective, that Nico Collins' 37-yard touchdown kind of give the offense spark?
I think one of the biggest plays to me offensively was, we started going backwards, right? We had penalties, and we started moving backwards a lot. I forget, it was 1st and 30 or something. It was some spots we've been in. But I was proud of the offense, the way we overcame that. CJ was able to hit Nico down the sideline on a go route, and to be able to see us go backwards and understand that that's not the end. You can overcome it with playmakers being able to make plays. So Nico showed up really well today, making plays for us.
Coach, coming off that losing streak, how much weight off the shoulders does it feel like is off your shoulders and the team's shoulders after going out there, getting a shutout, clean games, multiple offensive scores? Does it feel like you guys have a sense of relief now that you can take them to Baltimore?
It's not about getting a sense of relief. It's about when we go out and execute and play the right way, that's what it can look like. And so we've been there. We just haven't played clean football. The offense did a really nice job of protecting the ball today. We didn't turn the ball over. We took it away. Tommy punted the ball, outstanding, give us backed up opportunities. Emi did a great job of kicking it off. Our kickoff team covered really well versus a good returner. It's just about us playing complementary football and playing clean football. We did that today, and that's the result. And that's what we expect when we do things the right way.
Demeco, at what point did you feel like the offense went on the explosion, and what do you feel like allowed it to really, turn it up, especially in those last 2 quarters?
I thought our offense just stayed with it. We ran the ball well, and that's allowed us to continue to sustain drives. We haven't sustained drives in our previous games. We're able to win the time possession battle, and that starts with the running game. So when you're able to be productive in the run game, backs making some nice plays, Chubb and Woody, both guys had really nice runs. O-line did a really nice job, but when you're able to stay on track in the run game, CJ made some great decisions with the football as well that allowed us to just stay on the field and stay after it. Right, it's the most plays we ran in the game offensively this year. Right, that just shows if we stay on track, we stay on schedule, we can be a productive offense.
Demeco, not only did Woody get the touchdown, but Jaden Higgins gets his first touchdown today. What have you noticed from him and his growth, and for him to be able to get this score, just kind of get the monkey off the back and add more of a validity to the offense passing?
Yeah, it's really an outstanding play by CJ, right, of making a check, getting to that play, and an outstanding throw by him and Higgs, finishing in the end zone with the catch. The main thing about our offense, all the guys, I wanted to see our guys play with some excitement, play with some enthusiasm, and that's what I saw today. Guys enjoy playing football, and that only happens when you're making plays. So when you execute, you make plays, you can have that enthusiasm. So that's what I liked, and congrats to Higgs for getting his first touchdown as well.
Demeco, more on the rookies there. Obviously, when you select these guys in April, you have hopes that they can impact the team right away. Just what can you say about the impact that both the rookies made in Higgins and Woody on the game?
Yeah, both our rookies stepped up and made plays to help us win the game. And that's what you expect when you're drafting rookies. I always tell rookies is not wait till we got time for you to wait and grow and develop. Like, we want to see these guys be playmakers right now. So we have a lot of young guys. Tay is stepping in at left tackle, doing a good job. Noel has become our returner. He's doing a really nice job. He had a nice punt return today. And Woody, Higgs, all these guys are stepping up, making plays. So proud of the rookie class, just for them just sticking with it, growing, developing, while also making plays.
Hey, Demeco, you've talked, since the offseason about the need to run the ball. What was the big difference, kind of a two-part, today that allowed you guys to run the balls successfully? And also, CJ took some hits more so early, but for him to be able to stand in and really, I guess, stay focused late in the game.
Yeah, Kim, I think we stayed committed to the run, right? We called it, we stayed committed. Kaylee did a good job of calling it and staying with it. And when you stay with it, our guys made some guys, Woody and Chubb, they made guys miss on the second level, which we were able to get some positive runs over 5 yards, which allowed us to be in second and short, third and short. We were able to still run the ball. Some fourth downs, we were able to convert there. So when you stay with it and you're not having a ton of negative plays like we had in our first 3 games, like, it just shows you can't stay with the run. It allows you to, have some positive plays in a run, and you will call more runs when you see the production, right, that shows up. And yeah, CJ, he took a couple hits there in the pocket. He's toughed it out, got up, and he kept battling, right? And that's what we expect from him. We want to protect it better, but sometimes quarterbacks, you may get hit, but it's about being tough, showing the resolve to continue to fight and battle for your team, and he did that today.
On that note, Coach, outside of some of the attributes that TJ Stroud brings to the team, after a couple of close call games, just a mental note on CJ. Where's he at, and what does he bring to the team?
I think CJ was in a really good spot at his we'll go back and watch the film, but to me, it felt like he made really great decisions with the football today. Probably his best game of the year so far to date. And we just want to continue to build off of where we are now, the outing that he had today. We just got to keep building, stacking off of that one. But I was impressed with what he did today.
I know there's been a moment or two in the first few games from the defense that you didn't like. Is this a pretty easy one to kind of show them and say, hey, when we do what we're capable of, this is what we can accomplish?
That's what I've been trying to tell them. No, it's just guys just being in the right spot, right? No grenades. I call no grenades going off in the back. Nobody's running free. Everybody was disciplined. They were where they're supposed to be. Yeah, they're gonna make some plays. Good team. And Cam, he got out, threw the ball back across the field like we knew he could do. He made a nice play, but guys, they stayed with it. We kept pressing. Our D-line did a great job. We did a really good job in the run game, right? And then our D-line really caused havoc in the passing game. The guys covered really well today.
Hey, Demeco, how important was it to have this type of offensive performance, to kind of maybe change the narrative a little bit and show these guys what this can be like?
Yeah, for me, it's not about a narrative. Like, I speak in what's really happening for our guys. So we always look at the film and we can see what's really going on, right? And when you play clean, that's what we talk. We got to play clean, get out of our own way so we can see what type of offense we really have. Because first 3 games, we don't know who we are because we continue to hurt ourselves so much. So we'll see. This is a start, and we'll see how we can continue to build off of this. Each week presents its set of challenges, but I think it's really important for guys just to go out, win a football game, have a good game, offense, defense, special teams, just to really continue to build that confidence. Like, you got your first one, like you can get it done, right? You have to get it done to kind of have that belief. And so our guys do believe. They believe in themselves, believe in each other, and we just have to keep working, keep getting better, right? This doesn't mean anything. We're on to the next one. We got to keep getting better throughout this week. All right?
Coach,
Yeah, go ahead, last one.
Coach, since week 1, you guys have mentioned, we're close, right? And today you go out there and put a 26 shutout, but you also highlighted playing complementary football between Kaylee and CJ Stroud. What's something that you can kind of echo to them personally? Like, you guys came out today and played complementary play calling and quarterbacking, clean football. How do you continue to get them on the same page so these performances are not too few and far between?
Yeah, first off, it's not that we are close as a team. When I said that, I'm talking about our games were close. We're right there in the game. We just didn't finish the game, right? When it comes to Kaylee and with CJ, those personal things, they'll stay personal. And we're good. Those guys did a good job today, and we'll stay after it, man. We'll get after it again next week, get after the game plan, and put our head down, go back to work. All right? Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Good job, team. Back up here.
So there you have it. That was Demeco Ryans, a very happy Demeco Ryans. Among the things he mentioned, that this is a start. They continue to build. They will continue to build and stack games. Stay committed to the run. To pitch a shutout in the National Football League is very hard to do. And this team played complementary football. Also talked about a really key play in his mind was in that fourth quarter when the Texans had a 2nd and 33 with 4:06 remaining. CJ with the deep pass to Nico Collins for 37 yards. Again, teams don't have plays for 2nd and 33, and the Texans were able to convert, and that really, really helped them be on their way. And I believe that scored the first touchdown of the game for the Texans. Also taking your comments, a number of you have weighed in and are weighing in. Justin says it's good they're letting the young guys finally get a chance. Folks have been calling for Marks to play. Yes, without a doubt, especially when you consider, in some cases, you moved up in the draft to get some of these guys. And it was a bit puzzling why they weren't being used. Now, I'm sure they'll say it's being a rookie and you've got to learn things, but it's pretty evident that the skills, the raw ability is there. And Woody Marks has, typically with running backs, it's about how they handle pass protection as well. And Woody Marks has been pretty good. So hopefully, moving forward, the Texans will see and use Woody Marks a lot more. Claude says, better but unconvinced. Wish the team played all 4 quarters like the fourth quarter, without a doubt. So now we have 2 unconvinced. Isaac says, that's what I'm talking about. Jose is checking in. And again, Demeco Ryans very, very happy after a 26-0 win over Tennessee. We're waiting to hear from CJ Stroud from NRG. Demeco also mentioning how a week 2 weeks ago when he mentioned how the team was close, he was referring to the score of the games and not they were close to turning things around, which I think is how pretty much everyone in Houston interpreted those comments. I know I did. Once again, taking your one word following the Texans win, we have strong, unconvinced. Oh, and I didn't mention mine. Because it's a process, I put processing. They continue. They'll be processing. I think we have the winner already. And Justin will get top billing this Sunday for the word. But we'll make it official after we hear from CJ. That way everybody can move on and watch the big Chiefs-Ravens game on KHOU 11. Demeco also mentioning that it was nice. See Jaden Higgins pick up his first NFL touchdown. So you had two rookies scoring for the first time in their respective careers. Obviously Woody Marks and Jaden Higgins. Higgins has also not been used much. This game he was only targeted once, but that was a 24-yard touchdown toss. When you're breaking down the targets, they look like this. Nico was targeted 6 times, which is what you want to see from your number one receiver, or for your number one receiver. You could argue maybe even more than that. Woody Marks was targeted 5 times. Dalton Schultz 6 times. Of course, when Dalton Schultz is being targeted, kind of the underneath stuff, that will open things up for Nico and the wide receivers downfield. Jaden Higgins was targeted once. Christian Kirk 4 times. Xavier Hutchinson targeted 3 times. Nick Chubb twice. Jalen Noel once. Cedric Gray for the Titans had 17 tackles. I just happened to look over at the Tennessee defensive statistics. He had 17 tackles, 10 solo, that's your Tennessee linebacker. I'm looking for his game logs. 17 tackles in one game. He had 19 coming into the game. But he's credited with 17 tackles. That is the linebacker Cedric Gray for the Tennessee Titans. Let's see if anyone else is commenting here. As we await CJ Stroud's arrival at the podium. Demeco also mentioning this is, or was, the best game he's seen this season from CJ Stroud. I think that goes without saying. Again, CJ 22 of 28, 233 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks, sacked twice, a quarterback rating of 125.1. We're also asking, aside from the one word, are you guys feeling better about this team? Is this game going to be the catalyst to get the Texans on a roll? Granted, they face Baltimore in the next game, but is this something that you truly believe that this is the start that Demeco Ryans is talking about, that this team will be able to use this to build upon, to start stacking games? Or are you unconvinced? There's one thing I'm convinced and that's simple, that the Texans need to use Woody Marks more. This is the type of game or game planning Woody Marks, because he clearly can produce for this team. And I know it's Tennessee, but the way Woody Marks helps in pass protection for a rookie, and of course the way he catches the ball out of the backfield, those are huge, especially when you're playing with an offensive line that is iffy at best. What do you guys think about the offensive line? It was passable today, I think. They only gave up 2 sacks. However, as Justin has mentioned, that CJ was pressured a lot. And again, I think this is what we're in store for the rest of this season. It will be, and it's no great surprise, the defense holding teams in check, and then you just hope that the offense produces something. Because that's the way it's been now through the first 4 games, and I don't think any of us feel it's going to be any different moving forward. Texans scoring 3 points in the first quarter, 3 points in the second quarter, no points in the third quarter. And right there, here we go again. Then they explode for 20 points in the fourth quarter. And that's how you get the final of 26-0. Let's see here. Around the division, Colts and Rams just starting. Jaguars playing the 49ers also just starting. Giants beating the Chargers in Jackson Dart's first game. Falcons over the Commanders. Lions crushing the Browns. Bills beating the Saints 31-19. Patriots all over the Panthers 42-13. And the Eagles beating the Buccaneers 31-25. That could be a future playoff matchup. One that we could see later in the season. Earlier today, overseas, Pittsburgh beating Minnesota 24-21. Once again, we're waiting for CJ Stroud at the podium. Let me pull up CJ's numbers. CJ came into this game with 2 passing touchdowns, tied for 28th in the league, and 599 yards, tied for 22nd. Excuse me, just 22nd. He was in 22nd place all alone. Today he throws for 233. Highest passer rating, obviously, of the season. Most yards thrown this season, 233 in this game. Last week against Jacksonville, he had his most pass completions and his most passing attempts. That was 25 of 38 in that game. But again, this is the whole process thing. Building. Can they stack? Can they stack following this one? We'll have much more Texans talk tonight on KHOU 11 Sports Extra. That is following KHOU 11 News at 10. Zach Tawatari will be with me. Zach Tawatari right now in the Texans locker room. Also, former Texan Seth Payne from Sports Radio 610. He'll be joining us. We will provide our emoji, which best describes this game. Also talk about, from Seth's perspective, how did the offensive line hold up? As well as, is this going to be the catalyst to get these Texans moving in the right direction? Also on the show, Jeremy Booth, as we break down the Astros. Jeremy Booth, our KHOU 11 baseball analyst, former Major League scout. As the Astros are finishing up the season in Anaheim, having been eliminated from the postseason on Saturday by the Cleveland Guardians. Once again, Cam Ward was 10 of 26 for 108 yards, 4.2 yards per attempt. As you saw on the broadcast, family and friends all there. We were there for Cam's draft selection in Brazoria County. They had a big party down there on draft day for Cam, who took quite the route to being the number 1 overall pick. Certainly making a name for himself at the University of Miami. But before that, his first stop was Incarnate Word. Just shows you stars, recruiting stars, 4-star, 5-star. Sometimes they mean nothing. Joe is checking in with 4 thumbs up, saying the Texans did great. I think they did great in the fourth quarter. The defense was great throughout the game. The offense, how much more time should we give CJ, you think? A few more minutes? Let me see what the Tennessee people are saying. Certainly there is some talk that Tennessee may be close to firing its head coach. They changed play callers just this week before this game. I'd asked Matt Burke if that changed anything for him, the Texans defensive coordinator, when it comes to preparation. Long answer short, not really, because they're probably, or they are working from the same playbook. It's just when they will be calling the plays. Titans tried to do some things. Try to do some misdirection and some trickery. But the Texans defense, one of the best in the NFL, was prepared. And again, that's how this team has been built. And they benefited today as well by the offense having the ball for so long. Oftentimes in these games with the Texans, because the offense has been 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, and you've got those close times of possession, that defense, it's hard to stay sharp when you're constantly on the field. Tackling was better in this game. I think overall, when Demeco Ryans and the staff looks at the film, overall, I think they'll be pleased. Certainly the results, as Demeco mentioned, it's hard to hold a team to 0 points in the NFL. He also mentioned about Derek Stingley. Derek Stingley coming up with the INT. He had been dealing with his injury for most of the week, and I think there was some questions certainly that whether he would play or not, but he was in there and made a play. Your all-pro corner. All right, here he is, CJ Stroud from the podium at NRG.
Hey CJ, what was the key to you guys getting the offense moving the way it did in the fourth quarter there?
I think, the way teams are playing us and, the way our offense is kind of built is just death by a thousand cuts, taking what the defense gives me, and then finally I think after you hit a big play or like a big play comes is when everything kind of opens up. So I feel like that's what happened.
CJ, towards the end of the third quarter, you all had back-to-back penalties, and then you found Nico for that 37-yard pass. How much of that re-energized that offense?
I think it did. I seen Titus coming to me and was like, "Be happy, bro. That was a big play." And then the sideline was turned up. Like that stuff brings energy. Big plays like that. And Nico did a great job. A lot of respect for Sneed. He's a good corner in this league, one of the best. And I thought him and Nick battled, and he got over the top to try to give him a shot. But yeah, big plays like that definitely give us energy that we need, like going forward.
CJ, what do you hope this win and how you all perform in the second half can do for you all in the future?
I think it just sometimes it's that one play that like kicks it off to like get everything rolling. We kind of had that my rookie year. I think I want to say like. Who we played? Week 3 against the Jazz. I hit Tank on a post, and after that, it seemed like we were just rolling. And so, like sometimes it just takes that one play, that one drive, that one, point of emphasis to like finally hit, to finally get the things rolling that we know that we can do. So I think that's kind of the cool thing about playing football is like it's different every year, it's different every game, and you just got to find the niche. And I think maybe, hopefully I did that, but we got to just go back to practice and continue to get better.
Hey, you guys, CJ, have often talked about the run, even get the run going to really open up your offense. Can you talk about how much that meant today and the work of both backs, but especially the rookie, how that helped you do what you do?
Yeah, it's huge, especially in this style of offense, running the ball is huge. Anything positive on first down helps. And I think, Woody and Chubb did a great job. Even in the past game, like they did a really good job. But yeah, that's what it's going to take to win, is having a balanced game. And I thought Kels did a good job of keeping it balanced. And it's just, trusting me in some areas to get us in the right looks and checks and things like that. So I thought, that every game that's huge. You got to be able to run the ball in this league. And, I thought Chubb and Woody, they complement each other really well. And our O-line did it amazing, both run blocking and pass blocking. And then also our tight ends stepped in there and did their job, and receivers as well in the run game.
What was it like just to see Woody Marks get his first pair of touchdowns, Jaden Higgins, just seeing the two rookies being able to make plays?
Yeah, I was a really big fan of Woody in college when he was at USC. Thought he was really elusive, really, really crafty. And I thought he did a good job, since those days in that Lincoln Riley offense. And I thought today we kind of used him in that light, spread him out, gave him some familiarity, running the ball and some plays that he's ran before. And he's a very dynamic pass catcher. But yeah, he did great. Hig, as a dog, he's somebody who was, very elusive, great route running. And him one-on-one, a lot of times he's big and he's fast, tall. That's a mismatch. So he did a great job on that touchdown play, and he just continued to get better every week. And I think Jay knows the same thing. A lot of our rookies are doing great. Tay had a great game. So a lot of the guys that are doing big things in their first year, it's going to be huge for us.
CJ, you mentioned the Higgins touchdown. Can you walk us through what you saw coverage-wise and what made you go to that throw?
Yeah, they were in man, and on film they show like this man where they go help, the best player, the best receiver. So I felt 50 was about to go help Neek, and so I just signaled in a route concept that I thought would work. And so yeah, we executed it very well. They did a good job of executing the route plan, but I just seen something and I called it and it worked. So it's gonna go that way sometimes. Sometimes it's gonna go the other way, but it's all about us. If we're all wrong, we're right, and I think that was that big thing there, and we were right that time and made them pay. So.
CJ, as the offense is maybe struggling a little bit in the first half and early portion of the third are you guys kind of saying to yourself, hey, we're right there, we're really close, like let's get this together, and then it kind of clicks like you said, or is there a little bit of like, oh, here we go again?
No, I don't believe in that. So yeah, no, I don't. That's a terrible way to think. You'll be you'll be really bad if you're thinking, here we go again. And I don't look at myself like that. I don't look at my teammates like that. And I don't think we even played really bad in the first half. We just got to score points, and get better opportunities on second down to be in the third and manageable. So I don't believe in that.
CJ, every win is surely positive, but against a division rival, it's even more important. You could say, your next division rival is until November 9th. Keeping stride and tabs on other teams on the division. Just how important was this win?
We focus on one game at a time. When we play another division opponent, they're always important. Every game is important in this league, so we're focused on one game at a time. And I think when you big scale things too early is when bad things happen. So I'm just 1-0, trying to get 1-0 every week.
CJ, congrats on the win. In terms of how it was orchestrated, this seemed like more like what Nick Haley and you guys have been talking about how you wanted to manufacture drives and run plays. Would you agree with that, and if so, why?
Yeah, I thought Kels, did a good job of mixing it up, run, pass, play action, misdirection. And I think at the end of the day, it's all about execution. Like, he can call anything. We got to go out there and make the plays work. So I thought we handled it better today with, route detail, me being good on my reads. And, of course, this is never perfect. Like, there's plays that we always want back. But I think the overall big picture, we kind of hit that point this week in this game. So I think we're going forward, and that's what you want to see.
Hey, CJ, you have taken some hits this year, well, since you've been in the league, but today you took a couple that seem, at least to the naked eye, kind of significant, but you seem to really battle through like you have been. Can you talk about your resilience and being able to withstand that and keep punching it?
I appreciate you saying that. Yeah, I don't know. I remember, I don't know if I ever told this, but my dad, I remember we were at this basketball game when I was basketball practice. I was really young. I was probably like 7 or 8, and I remember I got hit somewhere, like probably in my face or something, and I was on the ground like looking for attention, kind of. And my dad, he gave me a new one, like told me off, and I needed it. And since that moment, since I've been a little boy, I've always kind of like remember that moment and always try to, it's not like playing tough. Like there's a difference between being hurt and injured. Like I think I can get pushed past being hurt. Being injured, like you can't play. So, yeah, that point, that always kind of my dad's voice kind of always just, rings in my head. And every time, like I'm just like feeling, they hurt. Don't get me wrong, but it's like I don't know. I just think it's something that is kind of instilled in me by my parents, by God. I don't know. It's just something that the spirit in me that I don't know. I don't like quitting. But yeah, I just thank you for seeing that. I don't try to like. Oh, I'm tough, because I don't think I'm that tough. And I lift a lot of weights with Clint. Shout out Clint and Mikey Banks and our strength staff.
CJ, you all were able to get the offense rolling today, but can you just talk about how good the defense played against that Titans offense and being able to shut them out?
Yeah, our defense played amazing. Of course, it starts with Aziz, his play calling with Demeco. Thought they did a great job of mixing coverage and stunning with the D-line and things like that. Man coverage was sticky. Kamari played a great game. Kalen, all the guys in the back. I thought MJ stepped up and did a great job. But yeah, I think like when you hold a team to 0 points in the NFL, like that's big time. Like it doesn't happen a bunch. So yeah, shout out to them boys. They're doing a great job. And I'm very grateful to have a defense like that.
How much do you think a win like today, where you guys took care of business on both sides of the ball, it was really a decisive victory, how much do you think that can help the team moving forward and as you try to build momentum for the season?
Yeah, that's the game plan. Every week is play three phases of football: special teams, offense, defense, and try to play as one. I thought today was a right step in that direction, but gotta go do it again. That's the thing about the NFL. You gotta forget your failures and forget your successes, and try to just move forward. And it's hard to say, but it's easy to say, but hard to do. and we got to be able to just do that. Flush this and go move on and try to win another game. Thank you, guys.
All right, everyone, that is all for us.
So there is CJ Stroud, Christy Reekin from the Associated Press with the last question, which I think was a nice summary of everything which we saw on Sunday in the 26-0 win over Tennessee. CJ also mentioning that Nick Caley did a good job of keeping us balanced, and that goes back to some of the stats that we were rattling off earlier. Passing first downs by the Texans, 9. Rushing first downs by the Texans this game, 10. As always, appreciate all of you weighing in and giving us your comments, your thoughts, your concerns following a Texans game. I think the one word is going to be unconvinced. That will be the one word for this game. So thank you, Justin. And now we will see if the Texans can truly build upon this against a very difficult opponent next week in the Baltimore Ravens. Once again, the final, Houston Texans 26, Tennessee Titans 0. Much more coverage tonight on KHOU 11 Sports Extra. My name is Jason Bristol. As always, thanks for joining us.